In this episode, I met Chef Zachary and Colin Yap at Seven Terraces Hotel. They showed me traditional Nonyan cuisine, and I got to experience Masak Lemak, which is a coconut-based dish with lots of greens in it. And I'm gonna show you how that dish inspired this dish right here, my colorful chili coconut greens. You're gonna love making this recipe. I've been a doctor for over 15 years, and patients always ask me for healthier versions of recipes that they love. And I treated patients from across the world, so I decided to come to the culinary capital of Malaysia, here, Penang, a melting pot of different cuisines and cultures from Indian, Sri Lankan, Chinese, and of course, Nonyan cooking. We're gonna try some of the most authentic dishes from the best vendors and then create inspired dishes right here in our studio kitchen with a healthier twist. Welcome to Healthy Travels with me, Dr. Rupy, in Penang. We're heading to Seven Terraces. It's this old school hotel in Georgetown. It was actually a dilapidated building and they remade it in the same traditions as the original facade, and it's epic. I was there for a wedding a week and a bit ago. One of my best friends got married there, and the food was phenomenal. Some of the best wedding food I've ever had. And their restaurant Kabaya is apparently one of the places to get true authentic Nonyan cuisine, which I'm super excited about. Colin, hey, how's it going? Good to meet you, man. Good to meet you.
And our chef.
Hey, Chef Zach. Lovely to meet you.
Good to finally meet you.
I know.
After all the emails.
After all the emails, yeah. I really appreciate you allowing us to come here and have a look at the hotel.
I'm glad you came back here to do this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's
and
have a look.
The food is incredible as well. I'm really excited about the food. But yeah, let's definitely go around.
And then after that, we do the food. We talk about food.
For sure. I love being here. Wow. Wow. It is breathtaking being in here. It's so quiet. I love it.
So this is the courtyard of the Seven Terraces Hotel. The project took Chris 3 years to complete. We've now been in operation for 10 years. His belief of sustainability is present in these buildings. So from the granite that we use are old, from the timber beams that were from the warehouse in Pinang, and then all the ironwork that you see around, actually originally made in Glasgow.
Oh, really?
Shipped to Southeast Asia, from Myanmar.
And this granite, you said?
Yes, originally they were from the ships, the junks that came from China. So they were there to balance the boats for the cargo, so what they were used for.
Wow.
Yeah. This is from 7 terrace houses to traditionally the front of the house was on that side of Stewart Lane. So you have the front hall coming through to a small courtyard and then through the family area in the back, dining room, kitchen, bathroom, toilet at the back.
Right.
With 4 bedrooms upstairs.
Thank you, thanks a lot. I love the lobby. It's like everywhere you turn, there's like an antique, an artifact, right?
There's a lot in the building, yes.
Yeah.
4 open beds, the long mother of pearl benches that you will see here.
Wow, it's incredible.
There are a lot of museum quality pieces.
Should we see a terrace?
Yes, we can have.
Yeah, let's do that.
Have a look at that. Yeah. So these are the Stewart suites, and the other side we have the Argus.
I love the fact that there's these dual terraces as well that you can walk along. And so this is all the ironwork that you were referring to. Wow.
Yeah, you can actually see it's stamped Curries, Glasgow.
Oh yes. Oh my God, that's amazing. I've noticed there's always like a step when you walk into the...
All the front doors of houses have a little threshold.
Yeah.
But actually, the intention is to make you bow as you go in, out of respect to the family altar.
Oh.
So each house tradition would have that step.
Oh, because I just thought it was a trip hazard, but...
Good for modern health and safety.
Yeah. Wow.
So the main bedroom is upstairs. We always have a pair of embroidery. For example, there's a bat there So in the Eastern culture, bat symbolizes good fortune.
Right.
They are from the 1920s.
Wow. I've never been to a hotel where everywhere you look, there's just like such beauty. It's like the food.
And the food too. And then we have the balcony as well.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Nice. Okay, we have the balcony here.
Picked a good day for it, hey?
So you have the St. George's Cathedral, and then we have the High Courts over across that side. Then they have the Roman Catholic Church also. Shall we go down to Kabaya, get some food?
Let's do it. I'm super hungry.
Okay. So we are here now at Kabaya Dining Room. So this is Chris's image of a dining room of the Grand Mansions in Georgetown.
Yeah.
Have a seat. I will
Amazing.
go and look for the chef. Enjoy your lunch.
Thanks. It's very different to the street foods. I feel like I'm in the lap of luxury. Oh, hey chef, how's it going? Lovely to meet you. I'm
Well,
Rupy.
to meet you as well.
I'm really excited to try some of the cuisine, but maybe I could ask you a few questions about like what is Nonya cuisine? Because I've heard all these different terms. You've got Malay cuisine, Nonyan cuisine, Peranakai.
Yes.
So what's the difference between all those terms?
It depends geographically. Right now we are in Penang, so it's sort of the northern part of the Isthmus of Kra.
Okay.
We're slightly closer to Thailand.
Yeah.
So there is a Thai influence here.
Gotcha.
So based on what you've had, like street food, I heard you had
Yeah.
street food.
Yeah,
You had
yeah.
char kway teow, and
Yeah.
there's a Thai influence there.
Right, yeah,
like
of course.
Pad Thai,
yeah,
right? But
yeah,
ours
exactly.
is a little bit more salty.
Yes, yeah,
and
yeah.
a little bit spicy, I guess. Peranakan food-wise is somewhat similar as well. So we have that Thai influence here.
Gotcha.
So it's a little bit more creamy, more coconut milk,
Yeah, yeah.
more spicy.
It's phenomenal. And Nonyan cuisine and Malay, like what's the difference?
Oh, so Nonya cuisine is like a marriage of both cultures,
Uh-huh.
and you have like Chinese food with Malay cuisine as well.
Gotcha. Well, look, I'm excited to dig in. Thank you. Thanks so much, Dinesh. Amazing.
So this is otak-otak. We call it otak-otak. It's a fish mousse, but
Right.
then we make it, I sort of mix it with vol au vent. And this is juhu cha. So traditionally, it's a stew of vegetables and seafood. I made it into a roll with rice paper, and you have this with sambal.
Sambal.
Sambal belacan.
Great. And there's multiple different types of sambal, isn't it? Because we hear sambal, there's sambal that.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But this is the most common one. We call it sambal belacan.
That's so good. It's crispy, spicy. I can taste the elements of the contents as well.
Yeah.
That's really good.
So normally if you dine in Kabaya, we have like 3 courses. These 2 are the starters.
These two.
and-
Oh, okay. And this
and
is
then
the
later
main.
we'll jump to the main.
This, like vol au vent.
Yeah,
How
exactly.
would you? Because I want to just like break it in half and then
Break
dip
it in half, pour the sauce in the middle. That's how I love to eat
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Are you gonna eat some with us?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah. And so this has got bass in it? or-
Yes, this is the sea bass in the middle.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So it's like cooked in the middle of this
Yes.
vol au vent. Oh, wow. Colin said you'll give me the recipe for everything. Is that right?
Why not?
I tricked him.
But I can imagine it will cost you a bomb to make this in the UK with
yeah.
the ingredients.
Exactly. Oh my God. Is that a lot of lemongrass I'm getting?
Yes,
Or-
lemongrass, turmeric, white pepper.
Oh man, that's amazing. Any kaffir lime leaf or anything like that?
Yeah.
It's super lemony. It's like, you know, usually coconut soups are quite thick and heavy and, you know, spicy sometimes. This is like gorgeous and light and zesty.
Yes.
Oh man, it's really good. Is that cream running
Yes,
through it or is it
just
extra?
coconut cream. The beauty of Peranakan food is when it comes to the cooking wise, we don't really use much dairy. So onto the mains, normally we'll have it
Oh,
with
thank you very much.
rice.
Oh yeah, just a little bit, thank you. So this is the...
This is the prawn curry.
Prawn curry?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure I get like a
And
good
this one is fish curry. This is, we call it gulai tumis.
gulai to miss.
Yeah, so this is a Malay word for it, and it's actually a Malay dish.
So the flavors in this coconut, talk to me about these.
So this flavor is more, it's a lot of flavors.
There's a lot of flavors, yeah.
A salty, sweet, sour, a tiny bit of spiciness.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh wow. I've noticed in this sauce you have the markrut lime peel.
Yes.
That's really permeating the sauce.
Yes, it does. It does help with the flavor profile, but you have to be careful. If you do get the pith in, then it makes the whole sauce bitter. There are health benefits to having the
Oh,
pith.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the phytochemicals that give the benefit go to the exterior, so they're actually in the skin
I see.
itself. So you want to have a little bit. You don't want to waste it, but
Yeah.
the pith can be quite bitter.
Yes.
Huh? So what is this called again?
So this is called gulai tumis.
Gulai
and
tumis.
this is made with pomfret
pomfret.
or butterfish
And this is ginger flour?
ginger flour. Yes.
Ginger flower.
Vietnamese mint and
Okay.
some mint as well. This is
Okay.
more of a fresh curry
Okay.
type of thing. So no coconut cream. No.
So the broth is like, I can see it's a
So
little
the
bit
broth here, there's some
clearer.
fish stock, tamarind, and spice
Tamarind.
paste. So the
Okay.
cooking method is slightly different of this one. So you can have a good contrast. One that's creamy and one
Yeah.
that's more lean.
Lean, yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Oh, sour, tang, a little bit of heat.
Yep.
Pommes frites is beautiful. Beautiful, soft, flaky. Oh man, this is my kind of curry.
It's your kind
this
of
is what-
curry.
yeah, I love this. This is great. Because it's not too heavy.
Yep.
Like when coconut curry, you can feel the
Yes.
heaviness afterwards. This with a little bit of rice, that's how I would love to enjoy my curry myself. These look like vegetable crisps.
Yes, this is Masak Lemak. This is a more Malay dish. And Masak Lemak means cooking in fat, but it's not really fat, more cooking in coconut cream.
Okay.
So this is sweet potato leaves with sweet potato crisps.
You just-
just scoop everything.
Scoop
So
everything?
you can have the texture of the crisp and the greens.
Oh, this is greens.
Yes.
What greens is this?
Sweet potato shoots.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I've never tried these.
Oh, you never tried these?
No, I've never tried them.
It's the shoots that come off the tuber.
Really? But,
Yes,
and they're
but
green?
I think it's specific kind of tuber.
Oh,
I don't think it's the
okay.
same sweet potato.
It's not, okay, it's
because
not the
I
same.
tried growing
okay.
it and it's
these are just cooked in coconut milk?
yes, cooked in coconut.
Any curry,
No,
any
there's a
spice?
spice paste. A little bit of spice paste.
Okay.
yeah.
Any particular spice paste or?
It's just onion, garlic, and chili, and a little bit of belacan, we call shrimp paste.
Very simple recipe.
Very simple.
Unless you're just not giving me the recipe.
No, I'm giving you the whole thing.
I love my greens.
Yes.
I love greens. This green has got a lot more body to it. Usually if it's something like spinach,
Yep.
kind of just like, it's
This is
very
the greens,
watery.
yes.
Exactly, yeah.
There's some texture to it, right?
Exactly, almost like wilted watercress.
Yep.
I love it. You know, in Greece, they have a dish called horta, and that's wild greens. Sometimes there's nettles.
Oh yeah, nettle.
Whatever. They're very good for you. Very, very rich in vitamin C and iron, and one of the secrets, I think, to good health in the Mediterranean. Is this very typical as a side?
Yes. More so when you go for Malay food, like
Masak Lemak.
Masak Lemak. Yep.
Masak Lemak.
Like you know
I have to
nasi
remember
lemak.
that. Yeah,
the
nasi lemak.
connection there.
Yeah.
It's coconut milk. So masak lemak.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's
okay.
not really lemak. The direct translation lemak is actually fat.
Oh, okay. Coconut milk, the spices.
Traditionally,
spice
I mean,
paste.
some people do just boil everything together.
All together.
Yeah, but we do cook the spice paste first, then cook it together. We do cook the greens separately.
Okay,
So you
and
get
then-
a more clearer taste of.
Ah, gotcha.
So if you do cook them together, then everything's muddled in the pot.
Yeah. Okay, it's the final dish here.
Final dish, soft shell crab with
of my
green mango
favorites.
salad.
Oh my word.
And this is
I
sambal
love
belacan.
this.
Sambal belacan is the dressing. So
Oh,
what
okay,
you had
same
there,
as that.
we make it into a dressing.
Okay, great.
Yes.
So the green mango has just been julienned.
Yes, we have in this, depends on what seasonal. So I do have starfruit, pomegranate, pomelo, mint, coriander.
Yeah, I can see. You got
and-
tomatoes.
Yeah, tomatoes.
Cucumber.
And also desiccated coconut.
Oh, I love it. So fresh, tasty, subtle hint of spice. Nothing overpowering. That is perfect. That is perfect, honestly.
Thank you.
This is phenomenal. That's a gorgeous dish. I really want to try and replicate that. I'm brimming full of ideas.
Yeah.
Like I want to try and recreate certain elements here. That one definitely. This one I really want. I really thank you for taking the time to show us these dishes. I want people to try these. Like come here and try it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try and recreate certain elements that will nod or wink to these dishes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Cheers. Really good meeting you.
Yeah.
Really good meeting you. This is phenomenal. Chef Zachary from Seven Terraces showed us this wonderful coconut-based dish called Masak Lemak. I've seen Masak Lemak online, and essentially it's anything that's cooked in this coconut turmeric broth. It is absolutely delicious. And then he put loads of greens in it, and straight away in my head I was like, this is kind of like a Malay version of horta. Horta is a Mediterranean dish, and it's basically wilted greens, and they dress it with good quality extra virgin olive oil and lemon juice. This is essentially a nod to horta and Masak Lemak, the one that Chef Zachary showed us at Seven Terraces, using some different ingredients that I think you can definitely get at home. I love this dish. It's more of a side dish that I would pair with a main meal, like some steamed fish or whatever plant-based protein you prefer. I always have this motto in my head, greens at every meal. try and get a variety of different greens at every meal because they're super cheap, very accessible, they have wonderful benefits, they're anti-inflammatory, they're packed full of things like vitamin K, folate, amongst a whole bunch of other plant chemicals that we know improve your health. So getting greens at every mealtime is one thing I want you to take away from anything that I talk about, really, getting greens at every mealtime. And this is a wonderful dish to try and experiment with. I'm gonna start off by wilting a selection of different greens. I'm gonna show you how to make a quick sort of chili base to the coconut broth that we're gonna be making. And then I'm gonna decorate it with some dehydrated crisps, vegetable crisps, and some edible flowers because it's a nod to that luxurious meal that we had at Seven Terraces. One of the things that Chef Zachary told me to do is use greens that have a little bit more body to them. So they use something called sweet potato shoots. The taste of it was similar to watercress. It was a little bit peppery, but it was a strong green that can hold its own. So if you're thinking about making this dish, the things that I would suggest would be things like curly kale. If you can get kailan from Asian stores, that would be great. You could use mustard greens, you could use nettle. So today, I just got some shoots that I found from the market. I am using a little bit of baby spinach. And then also I found these, which are called red spinach. So it's sort of like a baby leaf meets a red Swiss chard. And we're going to be using everything, including the stems here as well, because I noticed that they used the stems. But if you don't like the woody stems here, you can always just pick them off. We're going to wilt a ton of greens, and you probably already had this experience with spinach. You put it all into the pan, it just wilts away to nothing. I'm not chopping the leaves, we're just gonna let it do its thing. I'm gonna pour a little bit of hot water in just to get things moving. Whilst that's wilting away, that should only take a minute, I'm gonna do a quick whip round the ingredients for the little sample that we're doing. So I've got red chilies, green chilies. The traditional way would be to grab one of these bad boys here and pound away at the chilies, the garlic, the ginger that I'm just gonna take some of the skin off. Fresh turmeric, I couldn't actually get fresh turmeric, so I've opted for the ground version. But this is gonna take me a good 15 minutes, and we're in a little bit of a rush today, so I'm gonna use a handy blender instead. I'm gonna just take a little bit of the skin from a small lime, ensuring I don't get too much of the pith. And because I didn't get lemongrass, we're gonna use lime and markrut lime leaf as well. Apparently, we're not allowed to say cafe lime leaf anymore. It's hard to keep up with what's correct and what's not. So we have to call it markrut. So this is now markrut lime leaf. Okay, greens are done. That, as you've seen right there, it's just wilted to pretty much nothing. And what you could do is with some cooking scissors, just chop it up like that. Once that's cooled down, I'm gonna give that a rough cut before I put it into our coconut broth. What am I looking for? A blender. I've got my trusty blender. 4 cloves of garlic, quite a bit of garlic. Bit of ginger. I'm gonna go for 2 reds and 2 greens. Oh, like a little bit of turmeric. I'd use fresh turmeric, but we're using the powder. Good pinch of black pepper as well. Tiny bit of water to help it along its way. Lid on, don't forget that, very important. This is a good blender. Okay, give a smell of that and let me know if you're happy. Sauce is all blended up. It's been approved by the guys. Pop this into the bottom of our pan that's just gonna warm up. Oh, it's quite hot. Yeah, I'm gonna add a little bit of hot water to this as well, just to make sure I've got all of that paste. Alrighty, we have some coconut milk from a pack, and we've also got this one that's in another sachet. I didn't know which one was better. This one is actually quite thick, so this is like a full fat coconut milk. This one's slightly thinner. I've seen people online, they use coconut powder instead. You can use whatever coconut base you like, but I'm gonna use a blend of these two. I'm looking for quite a thick sauce. Look at that, beautiful marbling of that turmeric base. I'll let that bubble away. I'm gonna add these lime peelings right at the end, just to give like a burst of freshness. I'm gonna add a markrut lime leaf in now, and I'm using tamarind. Now, over here, you can get all different types of tamarind. You can get the whole tamarind seed, and then you soak it at home. This is a paste that already has some of those seeds in it, so I've just been careful just to get the jammy bits. And this is gonna give a lovely sour tone to it. And tamarind's best mate is palm sugar, or jaggery, all coconut sugar. Over here, you can get these big blocks of palm sugar. It's got like a lovely honey, dark honey flavor to it. It's wonderful. I'm gonna shave a little bit with my dodgy knife here. So that's about half a tablespoon, I'd say. Add a little bit of salt to this mixture. Oh, wow, a flavor in that. It's definitely got heat, but it's like heat at the back of your mouth, not at the front, not at the tip of the tongue. It's got like a lovely after heat almost. And the flavors of the ginger and the garlic really come through quite strong. The markrut lime leaf is wonderful. I'm gonna add these peelings here just to give a nice bit of freshness.
Just a quick one, if you're enjoying these recipes from Healthy Travels with Dr. Rupy, then check out the link down below in the captions where I give you all recipes from this series and an easy downloadable PDF. Just click the link down below, follow the instructions, and we'll send the recipes to you. Back to the show.
Okay, this is already looking glorious. It's gone like a yellow, orange hue. You know, lemongrass would have been a really good addition to this. Really, really good addition. With these greens, I'm just gonna roughly chop these and put them at the bottom of our serving bowl. And already it looks like horta. This is basically how I would serve horta, with lemon juice, extra virgin olive oil, all those wonderful flavors. This is a lovely side dish, but if you wanted to make it a full dish, add a bit more fiber, add some beans to it. Lentils would go really nice with this. A little bit of steamed fish on top. Amazing. All those wholesome ingredients. Healthy eating is about just using minimal processing, enjoying your food, adding herbs and spices, adding tons of greens, making sure you're getting fiber, and enjoying your food and doing it consistently. That is the secret to healthy eating. It does not need to be complicated. So I'm gonna pour this over. I'm just gonna use my ladle just to catch any of the ingredients that I don't want. Like some of the tamarind beans are still there. Beautiful. Whilst that's all coming together, I'm going to talk you through my garnishes. These are tempeh crisps. They're really delicious. I'm just going to crunch them over the top of this dish, just giving some texture in the same way Chef Zachary did. And tempeh is a wonderful ingredient. I've done a whole podcast on tempeh. I've got these broccoli florets that are dehydrated. You could do this in your air fryer as well. I'm just gonna crush these on top. And the reason why I'm making this a bit fussy is because it's a nod or a raised eyebrow to the original dish that we were shown at the hotel. And then I've got some shimchi mushrooms, again, mainly for texture. And then for color, I'm gonna go with these beets as well. Again, beetroot, you can make these sort of beetroot crisps really easily in your oven, or you can invest in a dehydrator, although they are quite big, bulky machines. So buying some of these in packs is probably the way to go. This is a very pretty looking dish. And look, just because this is a nod to the luxury, I'm gonna add some of these edible flowers. This is proper date vibes. This is something I would cook my wife, I think, on date night at home. And then just to finish off, I'm gonna finally chop some strands of lime leaf here. What a pretty dish. I'm just gonna finish this with just a few drops of lime, just a little hint with every mouthful of that zestiness. Beautiful. Oh, come on. Who said healthy eating wasn't fun, hey? This is something I hope people will look at and be like, I could be served this in a restaurant. I've literally knocked it up in 15 minutes. I've used a few fussy ingredients, but this is my raised eyebrow to Masak Lemak. It's got so many benefits: garlic, ginger, all those wonderful phytochemicals that are anti-inflammatory, combined with turmeric, black pepper, that all act synergistically to improve your well-being and health. Packed full of greens with all those extra benefits, extra fiber, and if you wanted to make this a main meal, add some more fiber to it, and add a source of protein like steamed fish or even tempeh would work really well with this as well. You've got to go try this. This is my colorful chili coconut greens. Good helping of those greens. You've got to make this. It is fiery, chili, sweet. It's got texture because I put those dehydrated vegetables on. Edible flowers just make it look pretty. That sour tamarind comes through. Bit of palm sugar just to balance everything out. The heat, the complexity of flavors from those simple ingredients I used, amazing, amazing. You gotta try this. Massive thanks as well to Chef Zachary for showing me his. Honestly, it is amazing. And that little hint of the markrut lime leaf, The lime juice, honestly, just gives a little bit of zestiness right at the end. I hope you've enjoyed this episode as much as I'm enjoying this. If you love that recipe, you'll absolutely love me in a cooking school learning how to make banana leaf curry. You can check it out right here.